You can read books all day long, go to these conferences, you can join these masterminds. There's a lot of people that consume, not a lot of people that are doers, right? So for me, I was like, all right, I spent 6 months consuming, and then I was like, let me take that consumption, that the information that I would obtain, and actually do something with it, right? So I was able to take down a 5 unit, was my first ever deal. It was a 5 unit, actually off market deal. Did what everyone tells you to do, is just tell everyone what it is, what you're up to, which I did. I told my friends like, hey, I'm going to be interested in buying an apartment building. Coincidentally, I told that to a really good friend of mine that I grew up with. He's like, hey, I got a client, because he's in the insurance business. I got a client I think wants to sell his building. I was like, really? Well, let's drive over there right now. So he drove me over there. We called the owner of it up, and we walked it, and basically right then and there, took the numbers, quick math, made him an offer, shook his hand, and the deal was, I mean, we came to an agreement. It was that simple.
Nice.
Took that deal down. Fast forward, I took down a triplex shortly thereafter, ended up taking down a 6 unit, an 8 unit. And that was the smallest properties that I had acquired within 3 or 4 months thereafter. It was those smaller units. Everything from that point on has been above 25 units. And so, again, I kind of got my toes wet, or dipped my toes in the water to figure things out a little bit. And then I started to scale faster once I had a good grasp on things, and I felt comfortable doing so, right? A lot of it was, a lot of the deals were on and off market. Every deal that I had taken down has been done in a slightly different variation too. I think that's another important call out, is I'm a very flexible person. So I don't just, I mean, it's good to have your investing principles for sure, but you have to be flexible too, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to figure out what the seller wants in order for you to get what you want. So I've been able to kind of mold my deals around what the seller wants, and then reverse engineer to make sure that I can get what I want. And that's a combination of conventional takedowns where I put my own money in, JV partnership deals where me and some buddies and friends put money in, and I've syndicated deals, right? I've syndicated some deals, and I've also just I've done creative financing structures where it didn't even require any of my money. It didn't require anyone's money. I just structured the deal in a way to where I could get the seller to hold back a certain level of the purchase price, so that the bank would so we meet the banking criteria of the LTV or the LTV loan to value criteria, so that it wouldn't actually have to bring anything to the closing table. So it's a real high level summary, but in essence, the summary of that is I was super flexible and willing to work around the seller's needs to be able to take down all those properties. So 0 to a little over 500 doors in less than 18 months.